diversity in schedule to play some teams outside of our division is really important for our boys. You know, they play against the same 4 teams in our division. They grind all year long, and then when they get those chances a couple weekends throughout the year to play teams in the Pacific Division in particular, it's a really good experience. And you know, for the guys, they get to see some different names on the back of the jerseys and play against a couple different systematics. So, you know, I think for our guys, it tests their consistency. It tests their attention to detail, because we are changing up certain little things going into each and every game on those opponents. So, you know, challenging them to be aware of those things and being able to execute them on a nightly basis when you play 2 to 3 different teams in a weekend from the Pacific. It's definitely a great challenge for our boys, and they look forward to playing outside of the division for sure.
It's really cool to play teams outside of your division. I mean, you get a different look at an opponent versus, you know, you play the same team 10 times in a row. You kind of know what's going to happen, and it's more just like a playoff type series. So when you're in the regular season, it's nice to see some different opponents.
Nothing else is acceptable at this point, guys. This is playoff type of hockey all the time, regardless of your opponent, regardless of where they stand in the standing, regardless of the night that it is. So for 20 more minutes, I expect you guys to go out and out-compete them. That's what I expect.
Played in both Mountain and Pacific divisions. Now Schmakov turns backhand. What a feed, Buchanan, what a goal! Tic-tac-toe. That's the goal as Bugarin gets his first as a Mustang.
My name is Scott Bugarin, and I'm from Reno Valley, California. I play center, and I've been at the Mustangs since the winter break, so January. I've been here a month now. The challenges of coming to a new team is definitely trying to find your niche and your role and how you fit in on the ice and your gameplay. Smaller things is just like trying to figure out where you're going to live and making sure that's all good, but ultimately it's the hockey and it's the play on the ice, which is also the good thing about it, is that it's a clean slate. You just get to go out there and work hard and improve yourself every day.
Playing teams from outside of our division is very unique. We get to see what the other divisions are like and how competitive they play, and just see how their style of game comes over to play our style of game. And it's just very unique to play those kinds of teams. And when you have your way with them, it's just bittersweet when you can start having the bragging rights to, you know, not only that division, but for the rest of the league. When playoffs come around, you just want to have that confidence, and that's saying like, we're going to beat you because we've done it before and we want to do it again.
The Las Vegas T-Birds, familiar foe here in Ogden.
Yeah, playing teams outside of the division, San Diego, Ontario, Vegas, it was a little different. They usually don't get as much fans as we do and the atmosphere that we have, so it was kind of a good thing to have on our shoulders.
Kicked along, Jones loses an edge. 45 seconds left. Puck backhanded along, Muri now. Over to Jones. Jones almost intercepted. Muri back, cross ice to Herrera. Now the shot, hesitate, loose puck in front. Other tip, he scores! Kate Herrera ties the game.
It's always a challenge because we see the teams in our division 8-9 times a year. To be able to go and play different teams and experience different types of hockey that other teams play and how we match up against other teams in our league for maybe a national championship run.
As Shadover winds up, Duranio able to get out and make the stop. 40.4 left.
I think it was great to play some teams outside our division. It's a little bit different. The hockey's a little bit different in every division, so it was great to really prove ourselves in our division and, you know, show everybody that I think this is the top division in this league. And everybody played a little bit different, but we battled and we kind of stuck it to them.
So as now Brunette able to go past one, carries it along. The attacking zone, forehand shot blocked in front. Secondary chance, scores. And the T-Birds come away with another overtime win.
It just seems like Kenny always talks about the Sunday scaries. It's just, I guess, for whatever reason, we come out slow on Sundays, and that was the same thing for that Las Vegas game. We came out slow. They jumped out to a 2-0 early lead, and we had to battle back, scored a couple late goals to tie the game, and they ended up getting a little lucky break in overtime that led to the overtime winner. So, you know, it was kind of on us for having a bit of a slow start, but It's just another learning experience for us.
Vegas was our best game, I thought. We just ended up coming on the loser side of that, but those were decent teams, and it was fun to get up on the winning side of those.
So when you look at the second half of the season, in particular January and February and going into March, we expect the boys to be playing playoff hockey at that point. They've had 3-4 months to go through our systematics and get through a bunch of games to make the mistakes they need to make and learn from them. And to come back from Christmas break and execute every single night, and for those boys to play with desperation and do any single thing that they can to help that team win, that's what we're looking for.